Exercise 8D, we have these borrowing questions. We're asked to show that the amount of debt owing after n years is determined by this difference equation. So we always, if the rate is 4%, we owe 1.04 based on what the previous year's was, previous year, and minus the amount that we pay back, which is A. So we get 1.04, the amount owed at any time, dn 1.04 by the previous year, which is dn minus 1 minus A. That's what you're asked to do to show it. Now, if we put in n is equal to 1 into this difference equation, we get 1.04 d0 minus A. If n is equal to 2, we get 1.04 d1 minus A. So this is d1. So subbing this in, we're going to get, subbing this in here for d1, we're going to get 1.04 times 1.04 d0 minus A minus the other A. We could continue this up until n is equal to 3 if you want, but if you've done enough of them at this point, you can see that this becomes 1.04 to be squared by d0, these two. Then we have minus 1.04 times A minus A. So we have this in terms of d0, which we know, the initial borrowings, and we also have a geometric progression, and we reverse it around here, take A out, and we'll have 1 plus 1.04 and so on. The last one will be 1.04 to the power of n minus 1. So we have 1.04 to the power of n by 200,000 minus this geometric progression where A is equal to 1 and R is equal to 1.04. So we factor out the A, and it's 1 times 1 minus R, so we just have 1 minus 1.04 to the power of n over 1 minus 1.04. This could be written the other way around if you want. So we end up with what we're asked to solve the difference equation. Well, this is solving the difference equation. This works out to be, we can work this out actually as a decimal. When we put n in, find A to the nearest euro, so we're putting n in. We can simplify it down. We're going to get, this will all be equal to 0. All the payments have been paid. So 1.04 to the power of, it was annually for 30 years. They're paying back annually for 30 years. 1.04 to the power of 30 times 200,000 would be equal to this A. If we bring it across, the minus becomes a plus A, and we can work this out. I'll just do this on a calculator now, putting 30 in here. We're going to get 56.08. So dividing the right hand side by 56.08 gives A, and on a calculator I've rounded off maybe a bit too early, 11,567 is what I'm getting here, 11,567, and it says 0.04, but I'll leave it to the nearest euro here, that's what they're asked. So 11,564 for this question.